For if one is not infected, they are affected. The relationship that should be coined therefore, she told the gathering, is compassion and care for victims.
HIV-related stigma, HIV-related discrimination has no place at the workplace. We are, if you are a family, we should show compassion, we should show love for those that are sick.
Robert Ninsin, Monitoring and Evaluation Officer, National AIDS Secretariat, harped on the need for discrimination to be brought to a climax in order for HIV victims to live longer lives and contribute their quota to national development aspirations. To derive optimum benefits from the day-long event, participants were divided according to age groups, the adults, adolescents, and infants, with each group receiving lectures on HIV prevention, treatment, care, and support. The UN family in the Gambia has today launched two very important programs. They are the UN Care and the Stigma Falls HIV campaigns. They want no discrimination in workplaces, especially in the UN system. These values they want to inculcate in every member of the UN country team, including even the children who are today gathered here to be sensitized to some of the most important aspects of the HIV pandemic. The UN HIV in the Workplace campaign is believed to be a right initiative at the right time. The objectives embedded in it, if achieved, will preserve the many productive workers who continue to fall victim not only to HIV and AIDS, but also the consequent discrimination and stigma that come with it. Modula Minsise, Grts News.
The Gambia Organization for the Visually Impaired, GOVI, on Saturday commemorated World Disability Day. The day is set aside to reflect on the plight of people living with disability. This year's celebration goes with the theme Together for a Better World for All, including persons with disability. Fatu Jase reports.
December 3rd is annually observed as World Disability Day. The day's observance in the Gambia brought together a wide range of activities which sought to essentially underline the important contribution disabled people can make to advance development. Commemorations began with a march past from Westfield to Gobi Resource Center. The day was a perfect opportunity to remind themselves and the world that disability doesn't mean incapacity, a concept nurtured by many, especially in the less developed world.
It is not set aside just for people gathering together. It is rather a mark of the UN's recognition of the reality of disabled people's situation right across the world. Disability is a human rights issue. We disabled people, we have to be recognized. We have to be accepted in our community. We have to participate in our society on equal basis. We have to share the benefits of our society on equal basis. We are disabled because we are impaired.
Together for a better world for all, including persons with disabilities in development, is the theme for this year's celebrations. Standing up to partake in any socio-economic development of the country, as well as striving for their inclusion in education, health, skills training, and other sectors-dominated discussions. Philip Fella is a sponsor of the visually impaired. He gave a detailed description of how he and his wife came to the aid of these disabled children. He facilitates their participation in educational and other extracurricular activities.
And I were invited to the Houses of Parliament, where the members of the United Kingdom Parliamentary Football Club generously presented us with then Friends of Govi, now Friends of Visually Impaired Children in the Gambia, with a cheque to assist sport for disabled children in Africa.
Ali Sala, the school's current head teacher, gave a brief history of the goalball game, which has rolled out for children.
Goalball is a game that was invented by an Australian and a German in the names of Hans Lorentzen and Seth Reindel in 1946. The game was developed to rehabilitate post-World War II veterans who became blind. Over the years, the game was developed, gaining international acceptance, and became a Paralympic sport in 1980.
The goalball court, built courtesy of the Govey Friends in UK, was officially opened as part of the day's commemorations. At the end of the day, a seminar was conducted to raise awareness on the rights of the disabled. A lecture on the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability created an interactive forum between members of the High Table and participants. For Grts News, I am Fatou Jas.
A week-long training workshop in Unix administration for 30 young internet providers, among them UTG students, ended Friday evening at the Quantum Institute of Technology along Kairaba Avenue. The training, funded by the Internet Society and hosted by QuantumNet, is in preparation for a conference of African network operators to be held in the Gambia by May 2012. Modlamen Sise witnessed the closing ceremony and he now reports.
There are a group of 30 young Gambians entered into this training workshop through a thorough screening exercise carried out by the local organizing committee. The training, which is centered on Unix system administration and hosted by the Quantum Institute of Technology, is funded by the Internet Society as part of its objective of widening the Internet space for users worldwide. Today, however, the workshop has been brought to a close. It is acclaimed by instructors to be both interactive and fruitful.
When we came in here, we really didn't know what to expect. We didn't know what to expect of the Gambia being our first time, and being a small country in Africa. Our expectations are often sometimes skewed by what we see on the media. But on arrival here, we have to say we've been quite impressed by what we've seen, but more so what we've actually been able to encounter in the course of this week with the participants. I think to start with, we didn't know whether we'll even expect gender balance in the class, and we're quite happy that we did have ladies participating in this course, who happen to be the most interactive of them all.
The world of technology is an ever-developing one, and the fact that third world countries are always late receivers of such technologies, continuous training is believed to be a wise way of being prepared for technological programs and projects. Lamin Kamara is the Deputy Director of ICT.
As you know, we as a ministry, this is our policy objective, to make sure that the necessary human resource and capacity is here to sustain the developments in ICT. So we talk about broadband, we know when it comes to the infrastructure, everything. Right now, there are projects on the ground. Infrastructure won't be a problem, but the capacity to sustain it is what is important for all of us.
With the Gambia choosing to host the 2012 Conference of African Network Operators, this training, according to Mohammed Jah, will prepare the ground ahead of the groundbreaking event.
On a conclusive note, I just want to remind everybody that the country is depending on you people. Really, we have 30 young Gambians here, trained in high-level technology. You know, I think that we are expecting a lot from you. On that note, I thank everybody. I thank my colleagues and also the National Organizing Committee. I think they've done a great job. You know, we've started this process, you know, and it went so smoothly. You know, everything was in order, just to show our brothers that we can host the 2012 AFNOC.
These young Gambians, numbering 30, who have been for the past 5 days under training here in Unix administration, can boast of being placed on track to participating in an international conference to be organized by the African Network Operators Group. When that time is due, they will have to battle it out with other qualified Gambians. The end of this training doesn't guarantee them a direct place in that particular workshop. However, even if they don't make it to that workshop, they are one of those that Gambia can rely on for the effective use of the ACE project, that is the Africa Coast to Europe project, the cable of which has technically landed in the Gambia. The participants, who were drawn from different institutions in the country, went home with certificates, a boost for their institutions and companies.
Rami from Moisi. And Sedu Jane from Pura. Everybody forward.
With the AFNOC conference barely 5 months away, the Gambia has a record to break. The last one, held in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, had 60 local participants. The Gambia, small though as it is, will want to show its ICT might by filing in more local participants than the East African nation. Modu Lamin Sise, Grts News.
Well, you can follow that story and other GRTS programs live on our website. That is at www.